following podcast may contain strong language. Listener discretion is advised. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to this week's episode of the Hallmark and Greatness podcast, a podcast dedicated to highlighting the beauty of other Hallmark, Lifetime, straight to TV movies that don't get the admiration they fully deserve. I'm Anthony Burke, and with me as always are the human equivalent of salt and vinegar. He's got a new cookbook coming out called Joe's Jambalaya and Juices. It's Joe Higgins.
I like salt or vinegar.
Yeah, it's you, mate.
I'll be salt.
Vinegar's the worst, so it's up to you.
Depends.
And he's in hot water after trying to rig the latest local mayor election. It's Craig Lowe.
Someone have to win it. Might as well be me. I mean, got to force the ballot somehow, haven't you?
Never said you were trying to win it yourself.
Well,
you had a
I
favourite.
just outed myself there.
Like that dog that was voted mayor of a town in America for like 10 years until he died.
That's no way to refer to Sarah Palin.
Wow.
Oh.
Hitting those current political minefields on the head, aren't we? What, next week is link jokes? Fucking hell, son.
I'll tell you about that George Bush. Ooh.
Tell you what, Ronald Reagan, he did say well a lot.
If you'd like to keep up to date with all things Hallmark and Greatness, you can follow the show on Twitter at Hallmark and Great, Instagram at Hallmark and Greatness. If you'd like to get in touch with any recommendations or thoughts or anything you think we may have missed, you can email the show at hallmarkandgreatness@gmail.com. Search for us on Facebook. Joe's got a Twitch page.
Still funny.
Mark at Chin Pow Wow.
Welcome.
You're right, man. It's,
How do?
Yeah.
It's been a
We're
hot
back
minute.
again.
Yeah.
It's been a while. We've been preparing ourselves for the Christmas season.
Indeed. Plans are afoot.
Yeah, it may kill us, but this is the level of dedication that we show. I also need to do them calendars at some point because I need to get them ordered so we can post them.
I've done my side of this Christmas garbage, so
It was your idea.
it damn well wasn't.
I'm fairly sure we have it on record that it was your idea to do this Christmas
Show
nonsense.
me the record.
I can't because it's in my mind.
This is signed up in court.
It's what we call an imagination.
Today's film, Pumpkin Pie Wars. This was better than the last few, but still.
I quite enjoyed it.
It was the equivalent of beige, wasn't it? It was neither offensive nor charming.
In
It was
a film with no
yeah.
conflict, it just happened.
Yes,
There was mild conflict.
Nah, not great.
when they were going to burn Betty as a witch. Yeah, that was that was the only thing in it that made it mildly controversial. Because even the animosity between like the youngest two was like, "I hate you." Oh, let's touch hands now and have a sneaky picnic.
Yeah.
In autumn.
Depends where they were.
Amazing.
Do we kidding? Vancouver somewhere.
Where it was supposed to be,
New England somewhere, I'm guessing.
Lakeshore County Festival.
Yeah, that's made up.
Yeah, of course it is. I think it's supposed to be somewhere in California. I was reading before, but I may be wrong on that because it doesn't smell like California, does it? They don't have that much water to waste on pumpkins. It's all avocados and shite, isn't it?
Any predictions?
This one went off the rails a wee bit. Pumpkin Pie Wars.
Wait. This one went off the rails a bit.
Yeah, because this was supposed to be done like before Halloween, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, Pumpkin Pie Wars. Helen Pastry has only ever known destruction. Born into a blood feud between her family and the Cookie family, generations in the making, she was raised to kill first and make mille-feuille later. When she accidentally meets Chip, Chocolate Cookie, at a guns and knives show, her initial disgust and anger is temporarily put aside as a race of giant space pumpkins attack, and they must work together to take the orange bastards and their leader, Big Kenny Pumpkin, down. Be sure to keep your eyes on the pies.
Well, that took a turn.
I'd written myself into a corner and I was like, aliens attack, yeah.
I like the name Chip Chock.
That wasn't my favourite one. Chip Chocolate Cookie. Yeah. Is it a reversal?
Oh, yeah, got it. Thank you. We're skipping over the post. I can't bother with that one. Pumpkin Pie Wars. This is my favourite synopsis.
He just doesn't have a job there anymore.
I think we binned it last time anyway because it's poster.
This is my favourite synopsis because it's about half a line long. The respective children of two rival bakers fall in love while preparing to compete against each other in a pumpkin pie contest.
That is this. I mean, I imagine that was the script.
I'll be honest with you. I think the actual competing against each other was about 3 minutes of this film because it doesn't take them
Oh,
long
just
to
helping
about
each other, yeah.
Oh,
face.
Yeah.
It was a 60-minute bread making competition, which they'd already were in cahoots by that point anyway.
Yep, they were helping each other out quite early on.
Yeah, I bet they were.
Yep,
Down
they
with
were.
their pants. No, none of that.
That's a minus already, Joe.
I've got my score. So we open, as we always do, on a lovely shot of some countryside with pumpkins in it. Because it wears its heart on its sleeve.
Which I'm led to believe is just a field with CG pumpkins.
It looks very CG.
Yeah, they've just copy and pasted some stock photos of pumpkins into a drone shot of a field. Just because, why not?
But the camera pans over to this fun fair, the Lakeshore County Pumpkin Festival. And the music is great at this point because there's a line, "You're never going to be a man, Peter Pan." And I don't know whether she's having a go at her ex-boyfriend or the fictional character Peter Pan.
Definitely Peter Pan.
Not a fan of the Robin Williams vehicle Hook, I'm guessing.
No, shouldn't grow old.
And we get, this must be 10 years ago, I think it is.
Yes, it's 10 years in the past. There's a 10-year gap.
Where we have Faye McCarthy and Lydia Harper involved in a bake-off for the baking championship, the pumpkin championship.
Some pumpkin pie competition, I think.
I mean, there's only so much you can do with pumpkin and a pie crust.
Well, they make bread and scones and all sorts later on.
It's a bake-off, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the host made me laugh because he goes, "Love the pie," before he that's his catchphrase that he says once and then never uses again. They have a pie fight. Well, not a pie fight because that would be better than this
That would have
film.
been fun, yeah.
But Faye and Lydia were supposed to be opening a bakery together, but Lydia's father has bankrolled hers and doesn't want Faye to be a part of it.
Lydia's father, who we never see.
Nope.
No conflict there.
Nope. So Faye's Faye's the better baker.
Yeah.
Lydia's got the money, I think.
She got money from her dad.
She's better at the business. She's better at the cooking. And in a strange twist of reversal, their children are the opposite.
Exact opposites, yeah. Wow. So they end up having a falling out during this pie. Yeah. Why would you go and watch someone competitively bake? I don't understand.
Why are you questioning these films?
Yeah, I know.
You're in middle America. There's only 20 TV stations. Why not go out and watch somebody bake a pie for an hour?
Yeah. Faye says she's going to open up her own shop with hookers and blackjack.
What a twist.
Well, the husbands are like, "Oh, well, sorry, Max, I won't be able to see you anymore." And they're like,
we have no balls.
They're like, they don't do anything. The husbands are like the biggest non-entities in this film.
It's literally a series of lines of, "What you doing, hon?" "Ah, great. Smash."
I can not go and play golf as your bakery goes under.
Yeah.
If that'll help. No, you go and do that. It doesn't matter. So we flash forward in time to the bakery where Faye, with some talcum powder in her hair, because she's 10 years older now, is in her bakery. She nearly trips over a loose step while yelling for Casey to come and taste something. Like, you've been doing this years. You should know how cakes are supposed to taste by now.
I mean, you've got your recipe down pat, unless you're trying out something brand new. But you shouldn't be doing. Yeah, but your business is going under. Yeah, but you shouldn't be going. Your business is going under. You shouldn't be fanning around with the recipes now. That's just a recipe for disaster.
You want to know why the business is going under, Craig? Because no one fucking pays for anything. Classic bakery error 101.
Charge people for your goods.
People for goods services.
Oh, you fools!
Yeah, she had to perfect this recipe because she lost 3 years in a row, and if she wins this year, then people will come flooding to her bakery because that's what people are waiting for. They only go to the winner. They're not allowed to go to anywhere else.
In this small town that has 2 quite large bakeries in it, and they'll also feature on the TV show Pie Heaven, which I think we've all seen on that late night scramble channel. Katie is reviewing the operating budget of this place, and he's trying to cut some money out so they can stay in business.
Yeah, maybe don't hire your daughter. Who's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Well, again, I have problems with the way that Casey is treated against her sister.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as Alyssa is allowed to do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
But yeah, Casey's
Youngest
got to
daughter
come back.
syndrome, that.
Well, yes. Her mum falls on the step and is told not to do anything for 6 weeks, which she immediately disregards and hobbles around on a stick.
I mean, therefore, she would have been fine to do the bake-off, but,
Literally. She's getting flour off shelves and stuff later on. So,
yeah.
Yes. Her husband does nothing.
He doesn't give a shit. He wants her gone.
He's literally sat there going, I don't even know where she is. She's on one leg. She must have a maximum radius, like around the house.
You can't have gone forward. We can figure this out.
But they work out that because Faye isn't going to participate this year, Casey is going to have to do it. And then for some reason, Lydia's son, Sam, who we meet, is going to do it.
Because that was what's she called, Lydia? Yeah, Lydia. Because she, I think in her head, thought it's too easy to win this, and it's no fun with not beating Faye. So
yeah,
is it not? He has to prove himself. Is that not the reason?
No. She actually says it's not worth competing against some rookie in Casey.
I think she does use the word rookie, but also mentions passing the torch to him.
Yeah.
Of 10 years of bitter pies.
Also, he
5
wants
years
to prove
studying
himself.
under Gordon Ramsay in cordon bleu restaurants to bake pumpkin pies.
Well,
he
we
says
meet
he
him,
wants the thing,
and he has made mac and cheese with ham and Gruyere. Sounds quite nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
He is a chef. He did 2 years at the Cordon Bleu in London, which is a real place. I looked it up. Although apparently
so did the writers of this film.
Well, apparently they only offer at maximum 12-month courses. So he must have gone round twice.
I think that's where
put a mustache on 12 months in.
Khalees went.
Possibly, yes. But I thought the Cordon Bleu was in Paris, but I guess they franchised it.
I think there's a few, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she mentions getting gone to pie heaven again. I mean, I've never seen it.
It's where all the dead pies go.
I'm not going to ask. So they both agree to do this because Sam wants to expand the bakery to be a full sit-down restaurant,
which is a sharp change of direction for any business, especially a successful business.
I mean,
but I don't think they are quite successful. Because I'm sure he says later on that they're also kind of struggling a little bit, which is why they're so desperate to win each year.
His mum uses the excuse of, if you win, we sell everything in the shop, remember? And he's like, oh, yeah, but based on previous films, there'll only be 8 things in the shop anyway.
Why is he not just getting his own place? Why is he trying to take over his mum's successful bakery?
If he's got 2 years of cordon bleu training, he can go and become a commie chef somewhere like that.
Yeah, or he could get the cash that he's clearly got from his granddad/mum and build his own restaurant.
Yeah, he doesn't need his mum's tiny little bakery to take
Real
over.
estate's a premium in that town. There's only two buildings, and they're both bakeries currently.
Both next door to each other.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a bar. He goes to a bar later on.
Oh yeah, there is a bar. Isn't there? That's
the worst pint I've ever seen. Yeah,
that's between the two bakeries.
What is it? One of theirs is called. I think one of them's called the Sweet Shop.
Sweet Treats, is it, or something like
that? Is the McCarthy one, and the other one is called the Bakery on Main, or something like that. Yeah,
this has the worst name places ever.
Is it better than Kathy's Beanery? Oh no, that's messing with the timeline.
Coming soon, Kathy's Beanery.
Don't say that. So they both agree to it. Sam on the proviso that his mum will look at a presentation he's going to put together.
Yep.
Some PowerPoint
slides, yeah.
This is the tomato, stuff like that. And she goes, oh, okay, yeah, we'll think about it. And Casey just agrees to do it to shut her mum the fuck up, I think.
Yeah.
So they go to the first round of this thing. How long is this festival?
Too long.
Yeah. I'm guessing at least a fortnight.
Well, we had that Christmas film with Alan Thicke, which was very similar, where they all got into a school hall, and it seemed to last about 3 weeks.
The cookie one.
Yeah. Christmas.
It was similar to that, where for some reason these competitions last
coming back
forever.
For more and more pumpkin-based antics.
Bland pie, yum.
Yeah. I had pumpkin pie the other day. It was quite nice, but
But didn't you tell us it was actually squash instead of pumpkin?
no, in tins. This was actually pumpkin because she made it all herself from scratch. But it just tasted of cinnamon and sugar and cloves. So pumpkin doesn't really taste of it.
Yeah, pumpkin absorbs the flavors around it,
like corn.
Mm.
But anyway, they go to the first day of this thing. They're both yelling at each other, and like their mums are like, "Oh, you can't trust the Harpers and the McCarthys.
you scoundrels, you
because they're a
thinly
bunch
veiled
of
Hatfields and McCoys."
Yeah,
like
thinly
a pumpkin
veiled
version of Romeo and Juliet.
Again, yes. And he says they have to. This is to put your name down to qualify for it. And the guy says, this is another one of his catchphrases. The host, he says, "What's the best thing to put into a pumpkin pie?" And everyone responds with, "Your teeth." And then they laugh and laugh and laugh. He's been doing that joke. 12 years now.
Good call and response. It's
well,
like
he's abandoned Love the Pie from 10 years ago, so he must have moved on to this one. Found that it worked and kept with it, you see.
Like
he was workshopping that first one.
So, yeah, you just basically get Sam and Casey trash-talking each other.
They went to school together. Did you mention that?
They went to school together. He was a football hero.
Yeah, he's
and, like, #1 science guy and stuff as well. He was basically the golden child that everyone would want. And Casey was also there.
Yes. She was good. She was good with maths.
Yes.
Yes, because maths have rules. Yeah. We get a lot of Casey failing to make cakes stuff, including a good old putting stuff in the mixer and then watching it splash up into yourself.
Ooh.
Yeah, we've not had one of them in a while. All the while, her mum is berating her for being shit at baking, but not offering any constructive criticism.
No, not showing her how to bake. I mean, she can't instruct, stand there and say, "You need this, 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 and this." Yeah. Much in the same way he will do in a short 10 minutes from now.
Yeah.
Only she had a penis. Yes.
Oh. She slightly burned something, and they called the full-on fire department.
No, hang on. Before that,
times.
Oh, sorry, it's not it.
Before that, she told her sister is coming to help with the festival, but not to run the family business.
No.
Because her sister is a lawyer, I'm going to guess.
Something like that.
Yeah. She wanted to be a doctor, but she can't stand the sight of blood.
Yeah.
So she took up law, as you do. She goes to find a baking pumpkin. This weird pumpkin festival. Yeah. They do a lot of card puns at each other, which it's very Garth Marenghi's Dark Place at this point. Because she's like, "I'm the ace in the pack," and he's like, "Hope you don't get a joker." And I'm like, "Fucking shut up!"
And just shut up, pick a pumpkin, go home.
And kiss.
There's no such thing as a baking pumpkin. They're not apples. Just get on with it.
Actually, the bigger ones are better, but yeah. She goes to see her dad, and her dad's like, "Oh, don't worry, he's just trying to psych you out." And she has a degree in business.
Oh, she went to Wharton.
Is that a real place?
No idea, but she mentions it a good.
She mentions it a lot. Yeah, she gets very handy with that.
I wrote in capitals. I wrote down in capitals.
I went to Cornell. Maybe you've heard of it. Yeah. But she has a degree in business that also covered a course in psychological warfare. Which I don't think is a real thing. This is where she puts the pumpkin in the oven and it catches fire. And Sam runs in from across and down the street. Well, apparently he can see this smoke.
It's only a 1-block town.
Yeah.
Literally, he's doing his 1-block lap. Well, he's going to the shop next door, the bar next door, on his way to the other bakery. So
to his mum's bakery. Yeah. He comes running in, but there's 2 people stood outside just watching it burn.
Watch it burn. It's better.
Wharton is a real school.
Oh, okay.
The Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania is the business school of the University of Pennsylvania, a private Ivy League research university in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay, so it's
Ivy League as well.
Again, somebody just Googled Ivy League school when they were writing
Ivy League business school.
Business school.
Would he be able to see that from the street?
Not just a pie burning, I'll be honest with you.
It was the pumpkin that she pulled out that was burning.
Oh, yeah, it was the pumpkin burning, yeah.
I don't know if you know this, those ovens have timers on them that go off.
Yeah.
Also, extractor fans, so if you just shut the door, then no more smoke.
Well, yes.
Wharton School alumni includes US President Donald Trump, SpaceX founder Elon Musk, and billionaire investor Warren Buffett.
So a bunch of cunts then.
Yeah.
Good.
I wouldn't brag about being from there then, really. I'm going to guess at least 2 of those people paid their way through. He comes in and helps. They agree to help each other out. She will help him with his business plan. He will help her learn how to bake. She says, dreamers have ideas, doers make plans. And I don't know what that means.
But now we have the setup for the entire film. Just skip 60 minutes and you're not missing a thing.
To be fair, the next at least
hour
45 minutes of this is them sneaking about.
Yeah. In various ways. There's no real plot. It's literally just her teaching him businesses and stuff.
He's setting up his plan, isn't she? So he can get...
We get to meet Betty, who is Faye's friend.
She's in the middle of both Faye and... She's friends with both Faye and Lydia.
Yeah.
She's never won the pumpkin tournament.
No, she comes third every time.
No, but she is a lovely old lady.
Yeah, she reminded me a bit of like Kathy and Jimmy a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're sneaking about from Hocus Pocus.
Never seen it.
Sister Act. The fat nun from Sister Act.
Nope.
The voice of Peggy Hill. Yeah. So he's teaching her how to bake in their kitchen. He looks in the oven and goes, "Yep, 350 degrees," because he can tell with his eyes how hot something is.
He's got them fancy thermometer eyes that they teach at the Cordon Bleu.
And then while they're mixing something, their hands do a touch, and that's a big. That's a negative. That's
a -1 right out the gate.
Is that a minus? Is that a full -1 or just like minus a half?
No, it's out of marriage touching. We're not going to have any of that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is my rules. You can make up your own rules, but that's my rule. Is that any hand touching?
Is it your rule or is it Stove.org? Whatever it is, rule.
I don't know what their rules are bizarre and non-continuous.
Yes. So. Subject to exploitation depending on the film.
They're also, the McCarthys are pitching at a hotel for their breakfast pastries and stuff.
Yep.
Pastries and croissants. Everyone does croissants, she says. Casey goes to the meeting and comes out and says, yeah, it was great. It went really well. And then they continue with this secret meet-up thing.
Yeah. Still nothing's happening.
It's at this point. It feels like, because she's helping, what's it called, Sam, with a business proposition. She's just on her business proposition to this hotel. It felt like the logical thing would be that she's not going to get this hotel because, she helped Sam get it.
Yeah, but this is just for his restaurant. This is just
that's what it felt like they were leading towards.
I mean, in a normal film, yes, there would have been a great betrayal.
In the normal film, there's 2 more characters. There's a character that's involved with her and a character that's involved in him, and they're whispering in each other's ears, saying, "Oh, you can't."
She would have had a current boyfriend who then betrayed her.
Well, I'm not wrong in saying nothing comes of this hotel. Nope. Spoiler it. She doesn't get the. They don't get the.
This is the last you've heard of it. Yeah.
No. She gets a phone call later on saying, "We didn't get it. Someone undercut it," and I was thinking, "Oh, here we go." But no, nothing comes of it. No.
Okay, that's fine.
It is the first round of the baking competition. They bake in groups of 3. They do some good fake hatred, trash talking at each other.
How many people enter this that they have to do groups of 3?
It takes 4 days for the preliminary round. So.
Good Lord.
Yeah. And if you look at each round, it takes an hour.
But they're both. Are they in the same round in that first round?
Yeah, of course they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there's only 1 round, and then of that first round, they just pick 3 people. So there must have been some absolute dog shit in the other rounds.
Oh,
there was one other round, and it was Betty versus like a cat with a tin of peaches. It's the wrong fruit, cat.
Yeah, you get 60 minutes to make thingy. She makes her mum's pumpkin bread hot from the oven. He makes their pumpkin bread cooled to perfection, and another woman is there.
Yeah. Someone else makes something else.
She's out of this, Grace.
Yeah, because she doesn't even get a name, I don't think. She called Gail, possibly?
Let's
say she's Gail, yeah. They both... Oh, no, they don't announce who's got through yet, but then they go on a secret picnic in, like, a cornfield, and they slag off their mums, and she says... I like this forbidden friendship we have. And he goes, forbidden friendship.
Yeah.
Eyebrows. I just realised that doesn't translate, does it? Yeah. And she's like, yeah, we're helping each other. And he's like, oh.
All right, well.
As he tucks his peanut away.
As he gets it out of the taramasalata. Yeah, they both get through to the final. Because again,
obviously,
this competition must be, and they're sneaking about one morning to go and do some practice baking, I think.
It's either practice baking or something to do with his business.
Yeah.
One of
and they bump into their dads, Reggie and Max, who for 10 years... Names? Yeah, well, on IMDb they've got names. Who have been sneaking about for 10 years to play golf twice a month.
I mean, this is a hard thing to cover up for that long.
Well, he says, we normally meet at dawn. And I was like, mate, this amount of clandestine cloak and dagger bollocks to go and play golf. Just say to your wife, I'm going to play golf.
Yeah, I'm going playing golf. She ain't going to check who you're playing with.
Oh, Steve from the club. Yeah. They're not going to
on my own. On my own. I'm going to play
golf on your own.
Of course you can.
Is that not the saddest thing in the world?
No, because practice and all that.
But you can cheat.
I mean, you're only cheating yourself.
You only cheat yourself, yeah.
Exactly. Victimless crime.
You just go from practice.
No, I was like driving and putting and stuff, but to just do a round on your own seems like a bit sad to me.
I have done it, but you don't necessarily count score. You just.
I'm not being mean. I just think that like golf.
You are being mean.
Golf's quite like a sad sport anyway, and to just do it on your own is even sadder. It's like going Pizza Express on your own.
It's going for a nice walk, but
ruined by golf, as Mark Twain said.
He's a bellend, isn't he?
He's dead now, so you can call him what you like.
Yeah, bellend.
So the dads agree to keep stum. If they agree to keep stum, they're very like, oh no, we're just helping each other. And he zips his trousers back up again.
All you hear is whoa.
Yeah. They meet up again, and he's like, no. She helps him with his thing. He gives her a load of wine, and he's talking about his dreams for the restaurant.
Is this after the argument? Because it seems oh no, even carry on.
Yeah, and then the next day he's like, we're going out, and she's like, I can't have anyone see us, can we? And so he takes her to like a canal boat with some food on it, and then sticks the lips on her.
Take the sea off that canal boat, and you got what he was going for.
Mate. But that is out of marriage kissing, so that's another -1. So we're on +2 so far in the bizarre scoring system. And she's really into him. She tells her sister, who's like, oh my God, Sam Harper, your mum's going to kill you. And she's like, is she? Is she though?
Is she that fussed?
And then they get a phone call. They have no contract from the hotel. That's never mentioned again.
Yeah. Because that's the phone call where they say someone's undercut you.
Yes.
But there's only 3 bakers in the town, and it's not.
Well, Betty can't.
Bloody Betty again. Betty's throwing out them croissants.
She hasn't got the volume to do it. She hasn't got the space to knock out that sort of volume.
Yeah, that's true.
On a day-to-day basis. So her mum says that they might not survive this time. And I'm like, because you give everything away. You literally gave your sister some free muffins. You gave your dad an entire fucking pie, right? And it's like, that's all profit. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Especially as you're having to pay a chef to come in, pay a baker to come in because you're not well enough to do it.
Really shit. She's dancing around that thing you're helping.
She does nout.
Quite poorly.
Her husband, Reggie, he's like, I can stop playing golf. And she goes, no, don't do that. What does he do for a living?
He plays golf.
That gives him this much free time to play golf twice a month.
It's not that much free time twice a month.
Well, it seems to be for me, but yeah. Well, he can take a morning off to go and play golf twice a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be a Saturday. No, it's competition.
We don't know that.
Must be Sunday. Saturday's competition day. Sunday.
Golf facts.
Welcome to Golf Chat, the new all golf podcast.
Golf.
Did you see that trophy? I showed Joe that trophy today. There's a lovely trophy, that Victor Holland one. Anyway, carry on.
The iguana one, it was pretty dope. Casey is looking after the shop when Betty comes in. And she's like, oh, I need a lemon seed muffin. I also need a shit. and then goes to the toilet. And then scurries out of there like she has done a shit and flooded the toilet. Like me in Pizza Express.
On your own.
Yep. No, I was with Harry at the time, but yeah. It was at the top of the stairs and it started coming down. I was like, we're going. So she leaves hurriedly and she's like, oh, that was strange. Oh, well. And then we cut to Sam in front of two people he's pitching his restaurant to, where he's just brought 3 plates of food and gone, try that. And he went, yeah, it's good, but unfortunately, that's not how this works.
This is not how a bank works, sir.
You should have a flip chart with diagrams and stuff on it. Have you seen Dragons Den? The business thing says 90% of restaurants fail in their first year, which is actually true.
Yeah, it's true.
Unless you have a gimmick or you have an established name attached to it.
Business
he has neither of.
We've seen enough
kitchen
nightmares and bar rescues and all that most people who go into this have no clue whatsoever
about what they're doing.
And that's why they close it.
Just because you can cook doesn't mean to say you can run a business.
Thanks for that, Joe.
That's the lesson that we always learn, isn't it, from bar rescue?
Yeah,
is that you might be good with customers, but unless you can look after the books, open the doors, and make a phone call. John Taffer's avoiding you like the plague, yeah. So he goes, oh, okay, well, thanks anyway. If I get some TV coverage, would that be enough? And they're like, yes. And then they continue eating his food.
Which is now his incentive to win the bake-off.
His incentive to win the thing.
You'd think this would be the point where there would be a massive twist where they actually have to compete with each other and there's a falling out again.
There should have been a second round of baking.
Yeah.
But there was that she needs to win because to keep her business going. Yeah. He needs to win to get the TV coverage to get his restaurant.
This is the end of that discussion, though.
I know. Yes, I know. This is what it should have been. Yeah.
It's like there was a drastic rewrite on
a number of times
where
a number of things just seem to stop dead. You think, what was that?
Oh, here's where
all this hotel subplot going on. Fuck it, mate. No one cares.
Dead.
No one cares about Danishes.
The numbers are in. We don't want it.
Yeah. But Betty sees him kissing and cuddling, and so she dobs him into the mums. She's such a shit.
She is such a shit.
Hogged a toilet. She's a grass and a thief.
Well, we don't know she's a thief yet, but spoiler alert. She's a goddamn thief.
Yeah. So their mums are going mental at
I say spoiler alert. Hopefully people listening to this have watched the film.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Nah, they rely on us for the
May MacArthur says,
rely on us for anything.
And I quote, Harper's always have angles. Like a polygon. And all's fair in love and pie is another phrase.
Stupid.
Not a phrase.
Lydia Harper says that, so it was just a ruse to get close to them so you can steal the recipes. Keep your enemies closer. And Sam just goes, oh, okay. Which Casey's sister overhears. And then she grasses him up. Everyone's just grassing each other up.
But he didn't do anything wrong. He just said, all right, it wasn't like that, Mum.
All right, you mad bastard.
Whereas the sister goes, tell you what I just heard.
Yeah.
He's just using you.
Gossip is the brevity of wit. No. She goes, and Faye goes, oh, yeah, he would do that because Harpers are all shit. And then the sister goes, no, I don't think he meant that. You should go and speak to him. Why are you grassing him?
What is the point of this conversation?
Can you change your tune?
I'm on the side of love, she says.
Ugh.
How can I love someone? I've only known him 2 weeks. So 2 weeks have passed since he came back into town.
They're usually married by this point.
Yeah.
Wow.
2 weeks is a long time for these guys.
She goes to the bar, which is in between the two bakeries we've established. It must smell tremendous in there. And he has got a pint. Well, yeah, he has got a beer in front of him that is 50% head on that pint. It's disgusting. They're talking, and he's like, no, I didn't mean that. I really enjoyed hanging out with you and kissing and carrying on and all that. And then the bartender...
This is what it feels like there's a let me explain, but there was no need for it because he just goes, he explains.
He explains.
Yeah, I never said that.
And she goes, fair enough.
All right, yeah, you're right.
Charles Zuckerman, as the bartender, says, Hayes, why is these guys on television?
Like Andy from The Office, yeah.
Some guys are really popping. And it's Betty, who for some reason is being interviewed about a pie to give away what she's going to make.
Yeah, giving away her actual recipe.
Which was like a chiffon pumpkin pie with bourbon cream.
Very specific. That was clearly.
And a ginger strudel base or something. And they both go,
wait a minute.
Yeah. So Betty has stolen both of their ideas.
So
I don't know how she got.
toilet.
I don't know how she got Sam's. Plugging toilets all around town.
I think she overheard him.
Yeah, it's mentioned that the other mum was talking to her and said, "Oh,
Yes,
I might have mentioned
Yeah,
that we were doing this for the crust."
And so they're like, right, let's go and burn Betty at the stake. And they don't do that. Sam and Casey are like, we have a plan. We need to work together. And then like an A-Team style sequence of them learning to bake together. They go and speak to Faye, who's like, yeah, all right, for the greater good. And they go and speak to Lydia, and she's like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
With this harlot. They're like, well, it's either that, Mum, or we all lose, and we let Betty win. And is that what you want?
You want Betty to win?
Yeah. Betty, third place. Massive
place
dumps Betty.
She was the worst.
So they go, oh, okay. They learn to work together. They share that. They come up with this recipe.
They were best friends, and
then they go and have a bit of a heart-to-heart in the back.
Yeah.
And they're like, it turns out they were both just jealous of each other.
Yeah,
because Lydia was more pretty and confident, but Faye was the one with the talent. And it's like they both go, well, basically, you helped drive me. Did you ever know that? Yeah, it's very wind beneath my wingsy. This and it's quite. This was genuinely quite nice. This bit because it was like you've just wasted 10 years of your life on petty bullshit.
Vendetta.
They decide to enter as a team.
Why are they allowed to do?
Yeah, because why wouldn't you just get a full brigade behind you?
Because there's no rule to say they can't. That's the only explanation. It's we can do this because you say you can't say that we can't.
Doesn't the lawyer's sister say there is no rule saying you can't, and that's the reason that she's a lawyer? Just for that one reason.
Closes a big book and just goes, and that's why you can do it.
Big book of pie rules. Yeah.
So no, rather than 3 finalists, there's now 2.
Yeah.
Well, as they're there, she goes, "Oh, there's only 2 ovens." As someone drops out, and then the judge jokes, says, "No, they've decided to enter as a team." And Betty goes, "Can they do that?" And he went, "Yeah." And I thought, well, at this point, all bets are off, isn't it? Really? Because why not?
Also, it would have been
everyone do
better
that?
had he just gone, "Yeah, it's a fucking pie contest. Who gives a shit?"
Nobody cares. I'd be drinking pumpkin beer now.
I want to get back to the bar between the bakeries. Get this shit over with.
In this one horse town. They make some sort of pumpkin cheesecake thing. Betty makes their recipe. But
off just a photo of Casey's recipe.
Make it.
Which is the most foolish of foolish things.
She's looking she doesn't actually get to make it. She's looking at the recipe on her phone.
No, she does get to
make it at the end. She passes it up at the end.
They wait till the end.
But while they're
making hour to do the reveal.
While they're making it, Casey goes, "That's my recipe there." She just took a photo of it. And Sam goes, "Have you got it with you?" She goes, "I carry it with me at all times." Like my papers in Nazi Germany. Yeah. So once she's handed it in, she goes, "Oh, Betty, is that your recipe?" And she goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Funny, because I've got the exact same one here. Is that your handwriting?" And then the judge goes, would you be willing to take a handwriting test?" I was like, "There's no prize."
GSI pumpkin.
There is a prize.
Sticky gold statue thing. And a feature on Pie Heaven.
Yeah. What would have been better for them is if they let the result come in.
Let her win.
Let her win.
Do a
DQ. Yeah.
Or just write Betty as a better character, so that we feel some sort of remorse for it at the end, rather than going, "Yeah, you get what you deserve. Run out of town on a pie-shaped horse."
Yeah. Put her on the pumpkin stool and duck her in the pond. She does have a moment of remorse because she says, "I just wanted to win. You've won for 10 years and I've never."
But at what cost, Betty?
Yeah,
at what cost?
But they literally
sold to the pumpkin devil.
You lost both your friends.
They'd have forgiven her. They were in a forgiving mood.
Not at that point.
They
held a grudge against each other for 10 years.
Yeah.
They were allowed to throw 2 pumpkins at her each.
Heavy.
Not baking pumpkins, just regular grenade-sized ones. No butternut squash. Yeah. And then that's it. That's basically the film. Then we cut
Oh,
to
hang
them,
on.
and then they've opened a restaurant.
Yeah, they open a restaurant. The kids,
mums,
they're
the mums
married.
seem to have a bakery. They're married and have a restaurant.
Where the dads are eating free every day.
Yeah,
Again,
living
no
the
way
dream.
to run a business.
So clearly they must have won by default. Got the TV spot, got the restaurant, got married. Bob's your uncle, we're done. Film over.
Yeah, came up with the worst named restaurant in the entire history of Hallmark films.
What was it called?
Casey and Sam's Place.
Yep.
Classic.
That's worse than Kathy's Beanery.
Yeah. I was just like, get out. Get out with your Comic Sans font.
Again, that was probably printed on like a bit of A4.
Yeah.
That'll do. Yeah.
That'll do.
Right, out of 10. I gave it 4.5.
I gave it a 5 down the line.
Ooh, 5.
It was neither offensive nor anything.
Nah.
It was just there.
4.5 is very good for me.
5.4 for me. I think it was just above
5.4.
average. It was a pleasant non-watch.
That puts it 14th overall.
That high?
Yeah. We've had some.
Because Anthony's not rated it at like a 0.3.
That's out of 27
Christ.
films that we've watched.
You know when you go to heaven, like, what did you do? I just wasted my life. Jesus.
You think I'm getting to heaven?
I don't know. You might do. I think everyone gets to go and have a look at it, and it's like the bullseye is what you could have won prize, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Look at this. Should have been better. Get downstairs.
Get downstairs. Great facts.
Good work. It's great facts. Good work. This film starred Julie Gonzalo as Casey, who starred in Dodgeball.
What?
Did she?
Where?
She was a character called Amber.
That's a real film.
Oh, she's the one that the dark-haired lad fancies at the cheerleading contest. But that big lass sits on his face.
Really?
I watched it the other day because it was on.
Yeah, it was on.
I've not seen it in a while. And it's pretty fun.
Oh, of course it was.
Yeah. He does reappear at the end as well because he goes to the tournament with her.
Yeah.
Thought you might like that one. She's also in a CSI.
Yeah.
Which one? All of them?
Oh, Miami.
Yep, she's in Miami. And she's in everybody's favourite Christmas film, Christmas with the Cranks.
Fuck you.
And she plays Tim Allen's daughter in Christmas and the Cranks.
I literally cannot remember that film. I was just bleeding through my eyes all the way through it. I was that angry.
You loved it.
Tim Allen, how is he still going? Well, he's not.
No, he's not anymore. The role of Sam was played by Rico Aragon. No relation to the Lord of the Rings character.
No, but someone there, isn't it? Yeah.
Star of such films as Courting a Killer, The Spectacular Summer of Were Dog and Amy, and
Yes, please.
The Lone Chin Hair Invasion. So, stellar career for Mr. Aragon then.
I was going to say, yeah. Riders of Gondor.
And for our third, we have Michelle Scarabella as Faye, who is currently Martha Kent in the Superman and Lois TV show that's doing rather well at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I said she's got a very all-American mum sort of vibe about her, yeah.
Yeah, so she's in that. She's in a film called I Don't Buy Kisses Anymore. And also the motion picture.
Got all that rash.
Yeah. They won't take my credit card.
What was the one we had a puppy kissing booth? Was that a film we done?
Yeah, that was the Valentine's one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That was an early door one. And finally, she was in the Journeyman Project 2, Buried in Time.
That sounds dope. That sounds like a bad National Treasure rip-off, that, doesn't it?
That sounds great. And this film was directed by Stephen R. Munro, director of such classics such as USS Christmas, Love to the Rescue, and I Spit on Your Grave Too.
That takes a turn. Okay, USS Christmas, lovely. Yeah. And then I Spit on Your Grave Too. Okay, yeah.
That means there was a 1.
Yeah, I Spit on Your Grave Too.
Is it T-double-O or is it 2 as in the second?
No, it's a sequel.
I Spit on Your Grave also. Yeah, the first one's an old sort of...
he directed
Video nasty.
He directed the remake of it and the sequel.
Okay.
Oh, he did both. Oh, okay.
He did both. He did the remake in the
I think it was 90s, early 2000s, yeah.
Yeah, and then
The trash.
obviously the sequel as well. And then moved on to lovely Hallmark films.
I think there is a 3 and a 4 of those as well.
Yeah. Oh,
what's this Hallmark?
Yes.
Yes, it is Hallmark.
It was part of the fall season.
Yes.
In 2016, I think it was the third film in the 2016 countdown to fall lineup. Unfortunately, there is no movieguide.org review for this.
There must be a Dove for Hallmark films.
So submit your own.
Was there no Dove? Was there no Dove?
There was no Dove.
What?
God damn it. As soon as we find something good that's fun. I gave it a +2. It lost 2 points for hand touching and kissing out of marriage.
So where do you start? Do you start on a +4 or do you start at 0?
I start on a +4.
On a +4.
You start on a +4. So
I believe that every film is godly until I see otherwise.
See, I start at 0, so I ended up on a -2. Which is
can't be.
If that's how you choose to live your life, that's fine. But for me, I can't imagine a world where everything is even.
I start on -4 and just keep going backwards.
everything is just Deadpool 2.
Satan, yeah. Yeah, I believe that everything should have a +4 start. Well,
yeah. That's the way I interpret it as it's everything starts at +4.
And for every misstep,
for every infraction, yeah.
Infraction against God's law.
But there's nothing that says you get a plus for anything. The
I would give it.
If there was a biblical reference, it would get a point, I think. If there was like some scripture quoting.
But it had strong family morals as well.
Yeah.
And like sharing strong worldview. Yeah.
There was a lot. It promoted resolution of conflict.
Obey your parents.
Hold on to grudges. Yeah.
Yeah. Learn to forgive and forget.
Don't steal pies.
And fuck Betty.
Yeah.
The toilet clogging weirdo.
She is the devil.
So yeah, thus ends Craig Facts for another week.
Lovely. Joel's reviews.
You'll be pleased to know that this was overwhelmingly positive. I could only find one bad review for this, and everything else was like 6 or up.
Oh, good Lord.
So,
really?
Yeah, really.
It's fine, but that is still a surprise because
I mean, compared again, it was inoffensive. It was just there.
That's why I'm surprised. Yeah. I thought that would be the main critique of it is that we've seen enough bad films that this ranks. All right, this was fine.
14th out of it's above halfway.
It's a bit different though. It's not quite following the formula of your regular Hallmark film. It doesn't follow the beats. It is something a bit different.
So. We'll start. I have to do an actual compliment sandwich as opposed to a Todd sandwich. 6 out of 10. Hallmark's recipe is successful again by It's Reardon 12. Number 12 in the It's Reardon.
Oh, It's Reardon.
It's a little bit.
It's short and sweet, this one, but I like what he's done. It's Reardon 12. The two Shakespearean protagonists may end up with a bun in the oven if they aren't careful.
Jesus Christ.
That takes the biscuit.
That's classic Reardon, isn't it?
Classic the 12.
Classic It's Reardon 12, yeah. The 1-star review is by USS Voyager and then some numbers.
Excellent. Tricky.
It's called
Go for it.
Puke.
Oh, good Lord.
Nice.
Puke, pukesy puke. Another boring Hallmark film where white people only exist in fictional small American towns, and producers of these films always try to make white people look perfect. I think this guy's got ulterior motives.
Also, why is he watching it? He knows what's coming. This isn't
As with any other Hallmark film, the story development is lame, the acting is lame, and everything is so predictable. I'm pretty sure they have no real human writers, but merely give the story development to computers. Or maybe they use chimps.
How dare he?
We did knock out a script in an afternoon.
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
We could do it as an audio drama. He said that'd be better.
I don't think it'd be better for cash-wise.
Oh, that's how you got to pitch it to him, haven't you?
Yeah.
And then finally...
This guy clearly watched a lot of his Hallmark films.
Why would you watch something
hoping to God that the next one's going to be shit different?
This is the one where it's going to have a topless scene and a knife fight. Yeah. Also, story development wasn't that lame. There was unexpected turns that you would normally get in these films.
You wouldn't see the Betty turn.
So that's was like a twist in the twist, isn't it?
And there's a lot of twists in that. A lot of the stories just stop dead. Never to be mentioned again.
Is that a twist, or is it just a dead end?
I was expecting it to go one way. It stopped. That's a twist.
Finally, a 9 out of 10. The 10 out of 10 was too long to read out. A great autumn film by Movie TV Romance Fan 20.
There's 19 others of those.
Maybe they just forgot the login and had to keep putting
I was going to say, adding the number on the end.
This was a great autumn feel-good film, as everything about the film was amazing, especially the main characters, Casey and Sam. I loved everything about this film. The characters were funny, sweet, cute, and dare I say, adorable to watch. However, the true highlight of the entire film was the love story between Casey and Sam, watching them competing, working together, helping each other, and along the way, they fell in love, became a couple, all whilst trying to keep it a secret from their mothers. That's a fucking sentence. There's like 19 commas in that sentence. Yeah. Plus, I thought the ending was one of the sweetest and most happiest endings ever.
Ever?
All capitals.
Forever.
This was definitely one of the most entertaining and sweetest Hallmark autumn films ever, and one of my personal favourites.
Good to see that it's not just the best Hallmark, it's the best Hallmark autumn-based film.
So a lot of them said that it's not one of the best autumn ones, which must be like a separate fall sort of category. Like you have like the Valentine's ones, the Christmas ones, fall ones, misc.
Yeah,
ones that don't fall into any category, like that weird baseball one and shit. Yeah,
there's plenty of stranded on an island ones.
Yeah, going on a jolly holiday.
Yeah.
But yes, that is the reviews. Yeah.
In conclusion, that was Pumpkin Pie Wars. As mentioned earlier, if you'd like to keep up to date with all things Hallmark and Greatness, follow us on Twitter at Hallmark and Great, Instagram at Hallmark and Greatness, email us at hallmarkandgreatness@gmail.com, find us on Facebook, Joe's on Twitch channel. Anything further to add for today?
What is the best thing to put in a pumpkin pie?
Your teeth.
Yay!
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.
December beard.